tucked up all the way under here. I know you can't see what the hell I'm doing. I'll show you what I'm doing in a second, I promise you. I'm doing a lot more than just talking out my butthole. I will say that. What does that go to? All right, guys, working on this 70 Squareback one more time. Hopefully it's the last episode. Well, last episode to possibly get it on the road to find out what else is broken. We got it running already, but we haven't got it driven. I haven't driven it because we need a fuel system. Yeah, I know. That's really the holdup right now. And I found something hinky with the clutch. So it hasn't even been off the rack yet since the last episode. So I don't know what's going on with that. I'll show you what's going on with the clutch. It's working, and it's not the clutch itself. It's in the pedals. Someone did a creative repair. Anywho's, this episode, yeah, let's get a fuel system in this car and, you know, take it for a drive. I did realize, oh, and I got to put a cheater relay in too, to aid in starting. Because I don't know if I'm fighting a faulty starter or a faulty signal send to the solenoid. So we'll put a cheater in to find out. I also realize I don't have a fuel sender. Good. Well, that screws my plan of taking for a test drive in relatively shortly. Got to order one of those. Anyways, let's do the fuel system first, or at least the fuel system in the cheater relay, just due to the fact that it's under the car and everything else is at well, this level. Join me under the car. All right, guys, this part's going to be completely anti-dramatical, hopefully. I'm going to replace this fuel line. Or we're going to need bigger fuel line. Yeah, man. If it wasn't so awkward of an angle, of a dangle, come on, for my fingers, or phalanges for your medical people, it'd be easier. Where's my thing? When in doubt, put a little lube on it. I know for a fact so far this is my third screwdriver doing this. Go to the main line. Boop. Hose clamp. All right, let me see what I need. Starter wise, like all of it, electricians, we're gonna work this hot because I do not feel like crawling up there. All right, bump button, off, off. That's my switch or wire. That can go away. That feels like a really good connection. What size is that? 6 for the back of the starter? I can never remember. What I'm doing is wiring in, or I'm gonna try to wire in the, not try, I have to wire in the, it's a Bosch starter. That doesn't mean anything. The jumper relay. Don't worry, I'll get it wired in and then I'll show you what the hell I did. I'll be right back. I mean, it's not really that exciting. It's fun with electrical. You know how much I love electrical. All right, got this high-tech Spider wired up. Yellow wire, you can leave attached or you can cut it off. Doesn't matter. Leave it dead legged. I'll cut it and cap it. But this is what I got going on. Don't ask me terminals because I completely forgot which ones are what. All right. Black ground. Blue, warm. Power in, so that'll go to the starter. Hence the ring. That the 12 volt on the starter. This yeah, I wired it right. All right, 12 volt on the starter lug. Ground. This goes to the starter solenoid. And this wire goes to the original trigger wire that went to the starter relay or starter solenoid. So in conjunction, this closes the circuit and then shoots power from here to there to click that. So it lessens the load. You can basically fire one of these things off on 9 volts. It doesn't need that much juice to actually complete the circuit. So a weak voltage signal will close it, I guess is what I'm getting at. Actually, all right, but anywho, let me get this thing stabbed in. Do I have a weak battery that I can test this thing on? So let me get this thing wired in. And yeah, I'll get back to you. Should have pulled the bottom one, but I didn't want to. All right, got this thing wired as promised, or not wired, plugged in or connected as promised. Let me show you what I got going on. Try to fit you in here. All right, here we go. Red wire, trigger. That white wire up here, that goes to the original wire that went to here. Blue wire is on the starter lug, so that's 12 volts all the time. So and the black wire is just grounded to the solenoid behind there. So basically, you turn the key, ka-chink, shoots power through this white wire, grounds the circuit, closes the terminal between blue and then red shoots power into here. And like I said, you don't need killer voltage to actually trigger the solenoid or the relay. A lot of problems Volkswagen's experienced the having. How did I get stuck like that? A lot of times Volkswagen's experienced starting issues, just due to the fact that it's such a long run from the key. So basically, you're going from wherever the key switch is getting power. So from that source to the key switch, and if your key switch is old or original, sometimes it has problems with making connections. So you lose basically voltage or not connection there, and then it has to send it all the way from the key front of the car all the way back to the back of the car to trigger that solenoid. A lot of times it doesn't have 12 volts anymore supplying it. Now granted, newer relays, they're a little more, or solenoids, they're a little more forgiving with lower voltage, but still this thing can fire. I know for a fact it can fire on 6 volt. I've used 12 volt relays and 6 volt systems before, so that's how I know that. Do I have a 6 volt? I do not. No, I don't. I thought I had 6 volts somewhere. But yeah, I have used 12 volt relays to fire 6 volts. They work fine. With that said, let's drop this car and turn the key and see if it cranks. Because under here, there is no fuel anymore to it. But that's not saying this thing ain't gonna fire off. Like I said, it's right after I recorded the last video. So the engine's still warm and there's still fuel in the bowls. But yeah. Hopefully it doesn't take, basically I'm trying to get, away from a large amount of effort to turn the key. Because also, you might have had, the cars where you gotta turn them and then jiggle wiggle and turn it just a little more. You're forcing you're forcing the tumblers, or not the tumblers, the ignition contact switches to work. I don't know how else to describe it. I really don't. It's a bunch of science and math and hoodoo. All right. Did I wire it right? Oh, man, effortlessly. All right, that works. So that's taken care of. Let's go to the front of the car and put a fuel system in. Hopefully that tank's good. I haven't even looked in it. I think he said he cleaned it, or it got cleaned. I don't know. Let's find out. All right, guys, that tank is, well, not the greatest. I'm going to have to throw, like, white vinegar, Evapo Rust, or something in there. Because it's pretty sloshity. So what I'm going to do right now is, I'll show you in a second. I want to test the fuel line itself, because this was a Fuelie model. It has 2 lines. With that said, I can test it. I just have to make sure I get this together, and I'm using one of my filters, which I don't like because they leak for some freaking reason, as an adapter, because it has 5/16 on one side and quarter on the other, and my baby bottle's quarter. Here, hold this. Be mildly useful. And I'll show you what I'm doing. All right, baby bottle, filter into the factory line. I just want to see if this will flow and not clog. I feel this is going to go poorly if I keep you here or keep this here. Maybe not. Probably will. I don't know. I don't have a better place to look at. I mean, it doesn't matter. It should be pump. Yeah, it shouldn't matter where the hell I put this. There's a fuel pump for a reason. It pumps fuel. Oh, I just need more fuel. Not pulling yet. Yep. We were there, I guess. I don't know what that weird honk was. All right, now we get to find out where the clog is. Most likely it's that main line. And if I have to run another fuel line, I'll run another fuel line. The one thing I do know is the pump does pump. Yeah, we're completely bone dry back here, so let me loosen this and see if I can draw fuel through it. Loosen it up here because this is the most awkward one for when stuff goes wrong to put back on. You should have took it off with a filter. Holy crap, come on. I've been bamboozled. This car never ran. I'm pretty sure if I undo this fuel line, I'm going to get fuel. Because this I can blow through, and this is the return. All right. Well, I know the return's clear. I can breathe through it. So we're going to do the right thing. Put this damn thing back. And put just run the fuel through the return. Don't matter. It doesn't know which way it's actually going. All right, let me bring you under and show you what I got going on. Well, under the front, because the rear is screwed up. All righty. The line I showed you, this is return, apparently, and this is feed. Because when I blew in to my filter, well, I couldn't do anything. So let me get some fuel line on the feed side. I don't know why there would be a line on that side, but let me, I don't know if I got any 5/16ths anymore. I got to flush the tank, so I don't care. Wow. Jesus, I'm going to blow the shop up. So now redo this line. Well, it seems to be working now. What the hell is that noise? Still bone dry back here. Why? I ran for a while with it being empty. All right, now it's time it's gonna make a frickin' mess. You know it and I know it. Oh shit. My brained right? What I said with the lines? It's not like a backflow valve in here. Oh, just get the hell off. I'm gonna probably shorten this because this is excessively long. That's good connection. I just sucked fuel in. So is the pump not pumping? All right. I gotta wash my mouth out real quick. I am confused. Maybe if I get in the car. Quit beeping at me. I don't know why you're beeping. All right, it is not pumping. I was revving it to make sure that, you know, it wasn't. I know he put a new fuel pump on, or the owner put a new fuel pump on this thing. Let me pull up and make sure you put a push rod in there. Because the entire time I've been running this car, I've been gravity feeding it. It's never been below supply. So, yeah, let me make sure there's a push rod in that. Well, shit. Well, there's a push rod in there. New question, is it the right push rod? All right, I'm gonna swap this pump out with this pump I have. Mainly because I have it, and I know it's new. Yeah, I think this is a generator style. What I have in the part number is really hard to tell. A long one or a short one? Crap, tape measure. What size is this one? 4 1/4. All right. All right, here, I don't know why I put that back. Troubleshoot real quick. Take its push rod out, that's 4-inch. Here's a 4 1/4, that's for a generator. I could be backwards, but we're gonna try that. It's the only thing I can think of. Otherwise, I have another pump. Then 90% sure is an alternator because I put alternator stuff on pretty much everything. I guess what I'm getting at is I'm trying not to use another. If his pump works, we're going to use his pump. New doesn't again mean it's good, but I mean, mate. You know, draw in. All right, you should hopefully have fuel. There we go. Wrong push rod. Well, wrong pump or wrong push rod. 4 1/4 push rod, generator style. That's a generator style pump. 4-inch alternator, not an alternator style. So just put a new push rod in and it should work. Simple fix. Like I said, need to test to make sure that fuel line's good, which it is. And when I was cranking it, I was able to watch, you know, it pulse into the filter. So let it idle for a few seconds, and basically I just want to run fuel through it. I might change out that rear filter. Well, not yet. We'll change it out before we go on a test drive because I'm gonna do a little cleaning on this tank. I did find a fuel sender. It's in the car. So that's good. I don't know if it works. I'm gonna get this tank in this car. Man, was it a pain in the butt. Did the evapor-rust, got most of the stuff off, looked in it, didn't realize that Well, someone creamed the tank. If you know what cream is, it's a tank sealer set. It's white. They make different things. Pour 15 has one. Red Coat's what I usually use. But yeah, but to get it out, I then had to proceed to fill the tank up with MEK to break that down. And then once that was broken down, I then had to proceed to evaporust the tank. So it took about a week to get it clean. That was nice. So we're here a week later. What should have been like 2 days. Yeah, I should have driven this car by now. Back to the fuel line. Only good thing I know is I have patient customers who understand developments happen. All right, already backtracking. When I was setting up the tank, or picking it up, the doobly-doo, out. Yeah, as per usual, this car's fighting me. The metal outline broke off. So I had a spare, thank you, baby Jesus, and yeah, now the spare's on there. Only slight problem is, well, it's a quarter out instead of 5/16. So I got to change this line to quarter. Which again, not a big deal. But we were all prepped. Now we're unprepped. How am I going to do this? Like that? Like that. Effing this up too bad. I got to hold that. Trying to index this thing so it's, like I said, it's just rubbing on the tie rod. The, 90 that comes out of the fuel thing. I know. I am probably one of the best descriptors of descripting stuff ever. On. All right, no chafing, no touching. Good. Lots of zip ties. And I just put it on the floor shelf, that'd be fine. All right. Light. Fuel filter, like I said, service loop, it's here. We're missing, we have, good trunk access, or filter access, so that fuel lines, in, out, teed, wrapped, so on and so forth. Run the original line. Also got a secondary filter back here. You can also see, it's already made, maybe you'll see, it's already picked up some crap that's just been, like I said, I've been running this off the baby bottle. But yeah, fuel lines there. But yeah, I've been running this off the baby bottle, and that's just whatever's been in the line. So that's good. I really think this is a new transaxle. Man, that clutch. I adjusted it like 3 times, and it's still annoying. Who's annoying me on this? But, all right. Fuel system on, so on and so forth. Oh yeah, I got to bring it inside. I don't know if I have it on the clip or not, but I got to bring it in whenever I get on the ground and start moving it. The clutch pedal is really jacked up. Someone was in there messing around. Looks like they cut it and welded it. The car sits like this. Yeah, it looks like they cut it, welded it. I don't know, but let me get this thing down, get it off the lift. We'll put some fuel in it. And everything. Oh. All right, this ball joint's shot. Or tie rod end. All right, driver outer. That one's fine. Oh, what's that? Lower link pin. Or ball joint. It looks brand new. This wheel's tight. All right, hold on. Ow. All right, we're gonna have to take a look at this front end. It's gonna be interesting. Happy I did my wiggle test. All right, that ball joint doesn't look bad. It looks fairly neat. Why do we have a shim? This one's shot, doesn't even have a boot on it. That one's blue. The uppers have been replaced. You can't even see. Uppers have been replaced. This, I don't know what the hell's going on here. So, you know, probably gonna kill me, but yeah, that is not ideal. Oh, it's in the spindle. Oh, that's why there's a shim. Shit. I don't know if I'll be able to hold this still enough to see. Oh, let me get a tripod. Let me use brain hole. The spindle is actually loose, or the ball joint, whatever, is loose in the spindle. And I don't know what I'm pointing at. Hold on. Let's see. Videography work. Weep, zoom, enhance. All right, keep your eye on that. You'll see it's actually deflecting in there. So that is wallered and worn out. This side, simple diagnosis. Weep. This one, the tie rod end is just blowed up. All right, so it's gonna need a tie rod end, probably a spindle. Now I know there's a shim in there. So I'm gonna do the right thing and try to re-shim it. I gotta glue this light back together, good. Yeah, not concerning at all. This is gonna drive like that gray Beetle with the blue stripe. Just whatever it wants to do. Good. All right, let me see what I can figure out on there. If it's going to be fixed, I am not showing the repair because I do not recommend it. It's going to get the car down the road. I know that this car will be coming back for other things, so and it's also still not street legal. What's on my face? Yeah, I don't know how people could pull off the unibrow. Anywho, I'll be back. Let me see if I can not go into immediate death. Oh, it does have a horn. So what the hell's that wire? There was a bug in my eye. I'll be back. Things escalated, but also wasn't that bad. Didn't clean my face still. Shit. Anywho, after further inspection of said thing, the nut or that was pulling, well, through. So clamped it together, loosened that, clamped it together, tightened it. I left this, it's copper, but I left that in there. Probably is wallered out. But yeah, it seems like the axle was just falling out, or the spindle. So that's now in. The top one looks all right. Yeah, because I was looking, left side to right side, and the stick out, pretty dramatic on this side. About the same there. This was almost flush if you paid attention to the clip, and I got the look, and I was like, yeah, we can close that gap. Now I just got a loose wheel bearing. Tighten that up, and yeah, hopefully be on the road. Gotta put a fuel filter, man, with the light. Gotta put a fuel filter in it still, and or fuel level sender in it, and yeah, take it out. So hopefully next scene, if all goes well and no more developments happen, we're gonna be in the car. I'm hoping this is a shortish episode. I mean, all it was putting a fuel system in. Hi, friends. You'll never believe it. Still on the rack. Let go of things. Because, well, developments happened. Yes, indeed. Who would have guessed that a development would have happened getting ready to go for a test drive? Got in the car, was running it. Hit the brake pedal to make sure I had brake lights. Well, I don't have brake lights. But I digress for a more important problem. I blew both rear wheel cylinders. Oh, it relaxed. It was stuck. Well, I couldn't even move this wheel. So yeah, pedal basically held, went almost to the floorish because the circuits are working, so that's good. And yeah, well, it turned into an e-brake. So that was good. So I did the right thing, and I'm now going to be replacing rear wheel cylinders. Unfortunately, if you didn't know, if you go through O'Reilly's like I do, they have the rear wheel cylinders as, for a Type 3, We're T-minus delivery, guys. I need to get this on the road. I don't have time to wait. I think it was going to be like 4 days to get them in. Thank you for shutting off. So I did the right thing. I bought Super Beetle front wheel cylinders, 75 up, 72 up, whatever. Super Beetle front wheel cylinders should work. So let me get this thing in the air, get this wheel off. Now the compressor's off, and swap these things out. Because we haven't been in the braking system of this car because it was working. And now, of course, it's not. But I am going to swap out both left and right. Yeah, left and right, driver passenger. I will swap them both out because if one failed, the other's going to fail. Front disc, I've let cars go with this before and not had an issue, so we'll see what happens. I've also tried to let things go and had an issue. I mean, it's there, there's that. So let me change the battery, get this thing in the air, and you'll join me taking this thing apart. Come on. Yeah, that's a new drum. All right. I replaced this cotter. I don't know why I removed it. Used to working on everything else, I guess. But apparently you don't have to remove it on this one. Hardware looks good. Brake shoes look good. Where's my non-broken 11? Yeah, I'll do my normal right up in the end of what I see, but soft lines definitely could stand to be replaced. Oh yeah, she is blowed. All right, let me get that spring out. I was hoping to be able to like He-Man strength it. Or you cannot. Wheel cylinder. Yeah, she's popped on this side. Squish. These are the same, basically these are the same bore, 22, 23 millimeter. Why they're different, I don't know. If it doesn't work, well, we'll know. But it should be same. That's in. Let me finish tightening this back with the 11 that I lost. There it is. Here, and I'm an idiot. In on good. Drum, where'd it go? But yeah, this is a, guarantee this is newer or new drum. Shoes don't look bad. Oh, look at that. It just slides on now. Weird. We lined? We're lined. Good enough. Yeah. I don't have that indexing screw. Allen, flathead, what have you. I don't think I do. If I do, I'm still gonna leave it out. But all right, that's good. I'm gonna shoot. I don't like bleeding brakes with the wheel on, so let's zip some lugs on. Hopefully these will run down far enough to hold this thing. Nope. Yeah. She'll pull out. Another screwdriver. All right. Anyway, let me get these things adjusted out and join back. I'm going to swap out the other side. Same process. Something happens, as always, I'll bring you in. But look at this thing ran out. Swap out that wheel cylinder. We'll bleed the brakes and hopefully get this thing on a test drive. I still got to change out the front wheel switch, brake light switch, possibly. Might not have been working because other reasons. I don't know. Bleed the brakes, see if they work. If they work, leave it alone. If they don't, well, we'll change it out. All right, guys. Driver's side or passenger side is done. Just hooked up my motive bleeder. Hopefully we don't blow any lines. By that I mean the soft lines, the remote. We're holding about 5-ish. All right. Get a baby bottle. Let's go to the rear. Now, hopefully, something hinky didn't happen to where, to where I'm now going to have to bleed the front. Also, developments happened again, and I did the right thing and ordered the wrong brake light switch. Yeah, I've got a 2-post instead of a 3. So hopefully these come around. Like I said, they did work. Crack the line. She's slowly flowing. You might be able to sort of see bubbles forming. All right, simple enough. We'll come back to that one. Do the driver's side. Oil compressor. Driver's side concerns me just a scotch due to the fact that I don't remember it. Passenger side leaked pretty good. I'm gonna let this fluid run out. Passenger side leaked pretty good when I took it apart. Driver side, not so much. Am I going the wrong way? Probably. So I'm wondering if our is compromised. Valve is open, nothing's coming out. And it's weird because it was the driver's side that I popped. The soft line shot. So that's you know, good. The brake light's coming around. Most likely not. And I'm going to scramble for a switch. Key on. Oh, I don't think they are. Yeah. Nothing. I'm going to jump under there. Connect the wires. And see if I can get them to kick on that way. I just can't remember which ones are which. Is that? No. You never believe it, I don't know where any of my test lights are. Well, I only have 3 options. So that one and that one, no. That sounded fiery. All right, that one will work. All right, switch is bad. All right, let me rummage around. I might have an old master that has a switch in it. If I do, I'm just gonna rob it. So give me a second, I'll be right back. All right, not 100% what the hell this one is out of. But I do have a 3-prong switch, and well, if it works, we're gonna use it. Oh, you can't see me. But yeah, doesn't obviously look the best. Ooh, she is cruddy. We'll clean it up and try it. Don't need that. Didn't I have like 5 cans of brake clean? All right, does this work now? Where's my thing? Well, did it? I can't see. No, probably not. Oh, they do. Perfect. leave my other flashlight in here. I also got a bunch of other crap in here. All right, so we got brake lights again. All right, let me jack it up, hose off all the stuff I just did, just due to the fact that I also have the old switch in the catch tray. And yeah, hopefully we'll be on the road. Stay tuned for the next development, most likely. All right, guys, not a development, but I do want to make sure, before I unrack this thing, that, well, get my stuff out of here, that those brakes do work. All right, because I don't know what, when my mic turned off or hit the volume, probably when I was in the car, but I don't know at what point. Wheel, it's locked up. That soft line is constricted, and she's not moving. So that's why I tested it and didn't take it off the lift. Had a slight feeling that was also an issue, but wasn't 100% sure. Gonna try to get soft lines for this thing. Might do both, might only do one, not sure. I'm not charging them other than parts due to the fact that I know I'm tickling a budget right now, because I do work on real people's stuff, and who wants to get a, $75,000 tab on unapproved maintenance? I like to have approved maintenance, so I know I get paid. But let me see what I can do with a soft line. Place one, maybe both, not sure. I like doing them in pairs just like I did the wheel cylinders, but it's basically parts availability now, because I'm scheduled for another drop off of the other one coming soon. Yeah, sounds good. I'll be back. Hey guys, next day, I got lines. Are they the right ones? No. I'll explain in a second. Damn it. Going to work is, hold on, suspense, I know. They're front brake lines for, I think, Karmann Ghia. The reason being is O'Reilly's lists, well, the ones that I can get, air quote, for the Type 3 or a bus, bay window bus, use the same rear brake lines. They list a female end, and that's actually across the board for their Karmann Ghias, their Beetles, like a lot of them is wrong for an IRS. They're listing it as if it was a swing axle. So, in the pinch, and again with the mental diagnosis, and keep it with the wrong part theme. Yeah, these are fronts off of a Super Beetle or a Karmann Ghia. They are longer than needed for the run, but you know what? At the end of the day, they will work. I think the run's supposed to be 13 inches or 12 inches. These are 15. So it might have a little bit of an extra hinky-kinky in it, but you know what? Whatever. Man. Also now I have to find everything we just used so I can, revert the process. And hopefully it's all on this side of the car still. It is. I need this. Possibly this. Everything else is going to be different. Nice. Get my vice grips. Yeah. All right, let me bring you in. I know you just saw the back of my back the entire time. Show you what we got going on. Yes, it is longer, but it's not. It's a flex line. You need a flex line. It's not going to do anything. And like I said, I'm going to order. Teasing goes where it needs to. And like I said, I am going to order real ones. Well, those are real, but I mean, actual Type 3 ones or bus ones that are for this application and throw them in. But all right, this side's good. We'll find out how many leaks we have when we go to bleed. Why? I'm already having a rough morning. Don't help. Stay. See how many leaks we have whenever I go bleed it, and yeah, Let me swap out the other side, and hopefully next scene, we'll be on the road. You already see me bleed brakes on this once. I don't know if I'm going to show it again. If developments on the bleeding of the brakes happens again, I'll bring in. But yeah, should be straightforward now, especially now. Fluid is running out. Like I said, I don't know if my mic cut off yesterday or not when I said it, or when my mic cut off. I was questioning non-fluid coming out of that line. So yeah, there was a reason for that. But all right, let me stop rambling. We gotta get on the road. We're running out of time. Got good music on too, so at least I got that going for me. I'll be back. All right, developments as always. I have a hell of a mess going on, but I guess my Volkswagen mental repertoire failed me. Passenger side, shorty, female. I happen to have one, so I don't know what the hell the one I have is off of. I'll be honest with you. But it is a female. It's for the rear of something. So, going with the theme of just putting parts in to make it work, we're Johnny Cashing this back together, one part at a time. Long line, female, male, driver's side, female, passenger side. Like I said, I don't know why my mental repertoire failed me on that one. With that said, O'Reilly still offers the wrong parts. I'm pretty sure. So, anywho's, let me do what I said I was going to do and tighten this thing up. Yeah, I got a nice mess growing. Fun. Oi! These seats do not have any squish. Can you clip? That'd be ideal. Stay there, possibly. All right, anywho's, I don't know where the hell this camera's pointing. Oh, let's give this thing a whirl. This has speakers, but no radio. Whatever. In neutral. I think we're going to have to replace this master cylinder. It's acting weird, but let's see what she does. I really should cut the zip tie, but I'm not going to. Fire and hole. Ooh, you're a little cold. Cold stubborn today. There we go. Okie dokes. I do have the hatch open because it's hot. So, and also no thing on the back saying that this car is legal. So I got that going for us. Man, this clutch is stiff. All right. She's moving. Yeah, I don't like this clutch. What are her brakes? They're there. Yeah, I think it's gonna need a master, but let's take this thing on the road and see what happens. She's running good. This front end's way loose. Yeah, and I think we're going to need a master. not happy. Great. All right, well, this is going to be a short drive. Front end's going to need a freaking rebuild. I'm pretty sure I'm going to show the ball joint spindle issue on that side. But yeah, that's I'm definitely feeling wander. The brakes suck. That's good. Other than that, the engine's solid. We got one thing going for us. Decell's good. Well, decel on the throttle's good. Yeah, I'm gonna head back. The front end and the brakes may have me a little leery, but we'll call the owner and see what he wants to do, because like I said, he does have another one. He has that red one that's been on this channel. I don't know if he wants to put obviously more money into this, or get his other one going. I mean, it's fine. It drives fine. It's just sketcy as hell. Third gear pull. Oh yeah. Yeah, she's a little darty. I mean, they're coming around. I don't know. I guess what I'm getting at is I don't want to push my luck. I know this Master's not doing the hottest. Easy, simmer down. Those front brakes are doing F-wall. All right, back to the shop. All right, we're back. All right, we're back. Short test drive. Brakes are super sketchy. The rears are pretty much doing all the work. Could be the fronts. The fronts are working. I'll try bleeding them again. I don't know if that's really going to help. But I mean, it does have brakes. It doesn't have a pull. Seems like suspension sort of settling in from whatever the hell it wants to do. But yeah, that ball joint, we're gonna have to address something with the ball joint and the spindle, or not. I don't know if it'll pick up in the video. Every now and then I gotta pop out the carburetor on the passenger side, so I'm gonna have to dial some fuel into it. All right, let's try this. Yeah, that or the valves are going out again. All right, fire and roll. Perfect. Yeah. All right. Join me on the big cam. We'll see what I come up with. But this thing, as of right now, per the word scope, is well finished. Does it need more work? Yes, but let me call and see what's going on. I'll be back. All right, guys, gonna cap this episode. Yes, the car isn't to 100% my standard, but at the end of the day, it was a auction find. and well, and now runs and drives. I think the owner might be a little higher into it than what he was expecting. So I still haven't made the phone call. It is still early here because I came out here just to get this thing on the road. And like I said, I think I might have said in the drive video, he has another one coming in. He has the red Squareback as well. He drives that one more. I think he bought this one as more of like a project, sort of, maybe. So I don't know how much he wants to basically dump into one vehicle when he still has the other one, because the other one needs work. Not sure. So with that said, this car does run. The engine's fine. It sounds great. I'm going to go back, off camera, check the timing and stuff like that, make sure it's all fine. The clutch, I'm not a fan of. It's just the way it is. Someone did something goofy with the pedals. And the brakes, I'll go back, rebleed them. I don't think it's a bleeding issue. I think it's a master issue. You got to remember, the only thing I did with the brakes on this thing, because this wasn't a revival. It was an auction find, so no history on the car. It could have been off the road a month ago. It could have been off the road, 3 years ago, I guess is what I'm getting at. So no history on this car. But it does have new rear wheel cylinders in it, new soft lines. The hard lines are fine. That's great. Front needs a complete rebuild. Whatever's going on in this corner with the lower ball joint, it's a little sketchy. And also the tie rod outer on this side is bad. So I'm sure it's going to need all ball joints and, just a complete reassess on the front end. But it, again, not in here for it. Is it drivable? Yes. The brakes are the only thing that are slightly concerning / worrying to me. The e-brake does work, so you can panic stop. Hence emergency and brake. That is working. So with that said, I'll make contact with the owner, see what he wants to do. I think per talking to him last time, we're going to do a swappy, so we'll have his red car in here next. He's going to take this and probably assess it, because other than buying it, he hasn't driven or seen it. So hell, he might be fine with everything, or give it a couple weeks to bring it back in to get everything else addressed. But with that said, wrapping up this episode for this 1970 Squareback. Currently wrapping it up anyway. It hopefully could be back or should be back. But with that said, it's done. It's done for right now. The engine's good. The trans is good. Brakes, not so much, and front end sketchy as hell. Also doesn't have blinkers or anything like that. So, that's good. So with that said, going to actually wrap this episode up with my rambling. If you like this episode, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. If you do, I promise you we will chit chat. As always, thanks for watching. Hopefully, see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.